特に他に取り逃しはないんですよね。さあ、キラーフリークエンシー、どんどん事件に近づいているようで遠ざかっているような。何が見つかったの？フォレスト。検視テープ、誰のかはわからない。ジョージさんですね。あんなに若かったのに、ベギーさんは知ってるのか？あのテープの子には聞き覚えがある？え？来たばっかりで聞いた人なんて少ないですよね。
Found another tape. It talks more about how George died. What did it say? It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut off.
強いストレスを感じていて、酔っ払ってはいなかった。それが大事。
There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
なのに検視報告書はおかしい。ベギーさんは知ってるのか？
I found a written autopsy report. What does it say? According to that, it's just like you said at the
そう。
start.
報告書は酔っ払って喧嘩っ早かったで落ちた。そう。
I know, and I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do
バージニアっ
this,
て誰ですか？
Virginia."
そうですね。テープにもそういう感じでした。テイクアウトレストランに電話したとき、
We need to call her back once we finish down
記
here.
憶にないで
It
すよ。
looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently,
死
his
後の
arm
傷。
got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
つまり殺さ
Unless
れ
he got
て
it when the police collected his body? I guess someone else
投
must
げ捨
have
て
moved
た。
it after he was dead
保
to...
安官がやったんじゃないのか？誰かが殺しちゃって保安官が発見して嘘の検視を？
I found a police
な
report.
ぜ？
Mentions a friend from earlier.
サ
Sandra
ンドラ・シ
Sharp.
ャープ。
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right?
森を走ってできた。
There's no forest around there.
え？
Also,
貯水
how did it wash
地に
up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
森がない。
Reservoirs don't
水林
have
ない。
tides.
But that's what the police report said.
おかしいじゃないで
It's
すか。
not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But yeah, not important right
いや
now.
重要なことでし
The
ょう。
important thing is that it doesn't
そう
make
ね。
sense.
つじつま合わないね。
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report
今
suggests.
回はこの
That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let
ジョ
something
ージ
slip.
さんの家族
Something
が
like that.
復讐してるのか？
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is
サ
still
ン
alive.
ドラさんも追い
Once
か
we're
けら
done
れ
down
て
here,
な
we should
い？
give her a call.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I
し
did.
かも俺と同じ結論にたどり着い
George
て
was
た。
running from
ジョージは何
something.
かから逃げてい
Maybe
た。
an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit where the coroner thinks he was
死亡
moved
後に移
post
動。
death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone
So-
burst in and demanded Virginia stop
で
recording.
嘘の報告
I
書。
think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a
クライブ
conspiracy
は
to
隠
cover
蔽
up
しよう
what
とし
happened to
た
George.
人？
I think I found Clive's last recording. I
殺
think
され
Clive might be gone.
た？
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's
Oh.
death. He left this
あ
behind
の
in
録
case
音を
he
止めろって言っ
died.
てたのがクライ
He
ブ。
hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the whistling man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but
あ
maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there
こ
really
この
are.
外で殺されてたのがクライブか、最初のチュートリアルで。
But Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns.
他の町での殺
The
人事
murders
件。
were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting
そういう
closer
こと
to
か。
Gallows
い
Creek.
っぱい復讐してるんだ。
He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking
オ
people
フィ
down
ス
to
に
kill
い
them.
た
He was tracking them down to save them. Why didn't he just come out
そういう
with
こ
all
と
of this?
か。
He said his employer
その
threatened
雇い
his
主って
family
何な
if
の？
he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who
隠
orchestrated
蔽工
the
作を
cover-up?
指示した人。
Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people.
そういうこと
Do
か
you。think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone
復
wanted
讐で
that
すよ
boy's
ね。
death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
うん。
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next
そうい
step.
うことですね。3時だ。そろそろ保安官応援呼んできそうだけど。
Thank God you're
あ、よ
back,
かった
Forrest.
私。ちゃんと持っ
I've
てた
been
これ。
running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
そういう
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really?
こと
How are
か。
we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
まあ私たちの仕事ですよ。
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta do it.
クライ
You're
ブ
right.
さんはニュ
What's
ー
the
ス
plan
で
now?
I think
あの事件の関係者がどんどん殺されてることに気づいたの
I'll get her
か。
on the line.
なるほど
Okay,
ね。だけど
Forrest, shut
自
the
分も
music
殺されてしまった。
Hello again, Gallows
そういう
Creek.
ことか。
This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer
こ
to
んな
the
さ
truth behind tonight's events.
街全体に流れてるやつで
To
さ、
this
真相を
end,
話してくれ
we're
ると思っ
calling
ているの
back
か、この
one
人たちは。
of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
はぁ
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you?
プランカーさん
Goose?
Plunker, hey, it's
どう
the
したのプランカ
radio
ーさん。
man,
誰
Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
なんで大抵の人は酔っ払ってるんだ
Solving
今日。
mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right on.
じゃ。
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd.
お酒持ってきてく
So
れ
we're
た人か。
hanging out,
なるほど
bro.
ね。で、
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
そっかね、高校の横で襲われた人だ。バージニアさんって。
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her.
Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh,
でも、バージニアさんは殺すつもり、まだ関わってはいたけど、脅されてたんじゃないのかな、上から命令されて。どうしよう、いきなり話がしたいって言って大丈夫か
Sorry to hear
な
that, but listen, hey, we need to talk.
what about?
We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
まあ、他の町の人たちが死んでるって知らないんだよね、多分。クライブさん、あなたの元上
Does the
司
name Clive mean anything to you?
Clive?
あれ知らない
No,
偽
I
名
don't know that name. What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier
あなたが
when you
そうだよ
called
ね。
us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I
全
was
力で無視しよう
petrified,
としてる。
Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll
ああ、
come for
狙われ
me.
るとももうい
Virginia,
ないんだよ。
it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
違うんだ
We
よ。
think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man.
違うんです。証拠が。でも俺たちもそう思ってましたね。どうしとくか。でも証拠が。いや。この人確かビビリでしたよね。
We thought so too, but
You don't understand. All those
う
years
ん、
ago,
分かってるん
he...
だ。
It's okay, Virginia. He's gone. We found evidence to suggest he... Well,
and we found your
そうな
autopsy
んです。
reports
そして
for
録音
George
テープを
Barrow.
ね、クライプは取っておいたんです。
I saw him
取っておいたんだ、
destroy
やっぱり。
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what,
い
but
つかの
we
時の
found
ため
them,
に。
and we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
まあ、
I... All right.
うーん。 ある日仕事にいたら、検視台に少年が寝かされていた18歳ですね。そして検視が終わった時に、その男が、クライブが飛び込んできたんです。飛び込んできた？なんかゆっくり入ってきてましたけど。彼はいろいろと要求を突きつけてきました。報告書を出すこと、嘘の報告を行うこと。もちろん断ったわ、でも。とにかく、誰かに何かをさせようとしたら、飴か鞭が必要です。どっちだったのかな？私に対して彼はその両方を使った。私には病気の妹がいるの。彼女は不治の病を患っている。ああ、治療費は高額で、私の収入では支払えなくなっていた。そして、クライブは約束してくれたの。彼の雇い主が治療費を負担してくれるって。私が要求に従えば。それと、もし口外すれば、治療費を負担してくれるほどの、どうして私にやらせたのかはわからない。けど治療費が必要だった。負担してくれる人なんてこの人くらいしかいなくない？
We understand.
大丈夫ですよ。大丈夫なんですけど。
This will help end it, Virginia.
今まで出てきた中で一番よくわかんない人って町長なんですよ。町長か？
Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who?
クライブ
Why
も雇
cover
わ
up
れ
these
ていた。
details?
検視官を雇える人ですよ。
Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
All right, but before
ちょ
we
っと
go
待って。
asking questions,
町
I
長
think we
か？
should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it.
サンドラさんは嘘をつい
Something
てい
just doesn't
る。
add up.
100%. She knows more than she's saying.
I wonder what she's hiding.
We'll
あそこ
hopefully
に行って
find
死
out
体を見つけ
soon.
ろって誰かに
Anyway,
言われ
just
た？
be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard.
強く
We
押し
don't
すぎ
want
な
her
い。
to
電
hang
話を切ら
up.
れたら困
I'll
る。
be
本当に？
careful.
All right, calling her now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio.
いや、ちょっと、町長、
Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello,
怪
this
し
is
い
Sandra at
な
Jazz Studio.
めちゃめちゃ
Hello
明るい
again,
な。
Sandra. It's Forrest Nash of 189.16.
今からめちゃくちゃ深刻な話するんですけどね。
And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called
あ
into
な
a
たの声、
radio show, not the other way
街中に
around.
流れてますよ。
How jazzy. What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand
今
what's
日の衝撃
behind
の背
the
景を理解しようと
attacks
してるん
tonight.
だ。
We
い
had
く
a
つ
few
か聞
questions.
きたいことがあって
Why,
ね。
Forrest, of course.
何でも聞いてフォレスト。何せ命の恩人だもの。サンドラって助けたっけ？なんだっけ？あなたのためは大抵のことを聞くわよ。君が狙われた理由はって、まあ言わない方がいいかな。
Do you know why the
でも、
whistling
行くぞ。
man might have targeted you?
Ha! Far as I can tell.
私にわかる限りでは、あいつは超人的な肺活量でナイフを振ります。ただのサイコ野郎だった。
He'd have chased after anybody.
誰からかまず追いかけてくると思う。
We think he might be chasing
実は
specific
特定の
people.
人間に慣れている可能性がある。ジョージという少年の死について知っている人たちだ。
named George.
I don't know anything about
それは私にわからないわ、ご
that. Sorry.
めん。何か隠してないですか？あんま強く押したらいけないんだよね。
Have you had to keep quiet about anything? Any
隠してる秘密
secrets
と
you've
か
had to keep?
サンドラさんって最初の方
What
で
would
助け
I
出しと
have
か
to keep quiet about?
言ってない
I
って
don't
何？
know. I mean,
そう
could
ね
be that。
もしかして何か聞いたとか
you've seen
何か聞いたと
something
か。
or
あ、
heard
ジャッジ思い出した。
I never
車
saw
を
anything.
直結した人だ。
And even if I did, what would
見
that
たとしても
matter?
何の関係かあるな。もう
And
昔
it
のことだ
was
し。
years ago.
大丈夫ですか？一応フォローはしとこ
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years
う。もう昔の
ago.
ことだし。もう分かってるんです。白状しろはないな。
We know,
サ
Sandra.
ンドラ、もう分かってる。そう
You
な
know
の？
about
あのことして、
Yes.
うん、
Of
当然ね。
course.
this
このスタジオ
studio
は
was
私の
my
人
life.
生。
After
川
I
で
found
死
the
体を
body
見
in
つ
the
けた
river,
後、
I couldn't
ス
work
タジオを
this
失うわけにはいか
studio.
なかった。
You
言
understand?
ってる意味わかる？うん、大丈夫分かってる。こ
Sure.
のサンドラもちょっ
I
と、
understand.
あれだな、脅され
But
て
I
るの
just
か。
kept going up. He said he'd stop if
賃貸料は高くなる一方だった。ただ黙っていればよかった。それなりにも大丈夫だって。そうですね。うん。同意しと
Of
こう。
course.
そうだな。
We
わかるよ。
understand.
I mean, it's not
私
like
が
I
殺したわ
killed
けじゃ
him.
ないし。
What was the harm
川じゃなくて貯水池で見つかったって言っても変わらないでしょ。でしょ
Right?
でしょ。
I'm sorry.
ごめんなさい、こんなことできない。
I can't do this.
切られた。
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great for us.
つまり
Well, folks, if anyone out
賃
there has
貸料
any
につい
thoughts
て
on
延滞あっ
what's
たけ
going
ど
on
黙っ
tonight,
て貯水池
please
で見
call
つけた
in.
よって言え
That's good
ば
timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
それを免除してやるって言ってるお金を持ってる人がいるんですよ。そう、町長のようにね。町長何歳なのかな。
I have a caller waiting.
ほら。さあ、誰だ。
Welcome to 189.16 The Scream with
町
me,
長
your
か
host,
な。
Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest. I know this is
こ
really
の声、
out of the blue.
これ、この声ってピザ屋の人じゃない？
But I wondered if you could send this
おじに
special
誕生日の特別メッ
birthday
セ
message
ー
to my
ジ。
uncle.
いや、いいんですけど、ちょっと待って。ピザ屋じゃないこれ。今かい本気で
You want to do that now?
ピザ屋でしょこれ。
Why? Of course.
絶対そうだよね。
It's his birthday. I won't have a chance to do it
え
again.
そんなふざけたことする？
May as well, Forrest.
Fine.
いや、これピザ屋だってペギー。
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he never liked his name.
ピーターの言い方がピザっぽいんですけど。
Salt and pepper hair, even as a kid. Can you
あの
believe it?
ペギ
Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday
ペギ
you'd like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my God, damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best
Ponty.
birthday deals and pony packages here at Pony's Pizza.
もうマジ
Starting at just-
You
ピザ
son of a
爆破しろ。
bitch, stop calling us. God damn it, Peggy. This is your fault.
My fault?
I said I didn't want to do
もう
it.
Don't blame me because Brian Ponte can't control himself.
あいつマジで。
Don't worry. We've already got another caller on the
あ
line.
いつ
Just pick it
もう
up,
ちょっとみん
okay?
なピザ屋に暴動に行け。なんだあの人
This is
もう。
189.16 The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller.
泣いてる？
Caller.
冗談かどっちだ？脅されてるそれとも。
Ponte.
Ponty
ポンティ
Pizza!
よくわかったね。
Come rain or sleet or whistling man.
もうほんとこいつ。
Forrest?
もうつなげないでくださいペギ
Forrest?
ー。
Are you okay?
オーケーじゃないわ。
Forrest?
ちょっと
I hope the whistling man gets him with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry.
入った。イ
That
ェーイ。
was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night.
ほ
Don't
ん
worry
と
about
ピザ
him
屋。
anymore, okay?
乗った。
Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call. Whenever you're ready.
ちょっと先にさ、ペギーが出てさ、話まず聞いてくんない？あとドーンどこ行ったよドーン。
Call waiting. Better take it. They might need our help.
はあ、ドーンさんからかかってこない。
Folks, don't spend your money at
本
Pony's
当だよ。
Pizza. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
新しいピザ屋ができればいいのに。
Moving along, I'd like to welcome another caller to 189.16 The
ポンティピザ
Scream
潰れてし
with
まえ。
me, Forrest Nash. Who may I say
まっ
is
たく。
calling?
Well, hello again, Forrest.
Don.
あ、
Don, we
来た。
played your song, Long Ride Home. Did you hear it? Can you tell us?
Never mind that now. First, I'm calling
は
because I need your
助けが
help.
欲しい？まあ危険な状
Are
況
you
が
in
聞こう。
danger?
I sure am.
まあ殺しに行くよね。
Yes, he's after me now.
でしょうね
You。
ラジオ聞いてる
I think
ね。
so. He must have heard me on the radio.
じゃあここに来るじゃん。ホイッスルマン。
Helping? You didn't
そうだよ。
exactly
ヒント
help.
くれないし。
Maybe I've been helping more than you know.
ん？
I was out following a lead, trying to work out who would be next after Chuck.
ジャックの次のターゲット。
And I started to feel like I was being followed. I came back to my apartment building, but this newfangled security system
セキュリティ
has
持っ
me
てますよ。
locked out. I need you to help me get inside.
えーっと。 鍵ないのかな、セキュリティ。いやでも鍵ないか。鍵穴がないとこありますもんね。近所の人、他の場所、鍵。
Don't you have a key
鍵
to
は
get in?
Only for the apartment
ア
door.
パートのドアの
The
鍵だ
front
け。
gate
正面ゲー
requires
ト
an
は
entry code.
解除コードがいるのか。
The future is electronic, I guess. I need that
Code.
code to get inside.
Which apartment block do you live in? Maybe one of our listeners lives there too.
開けて。
It's the new Woodside apartment building.
あ
Trailer park. But I doubt any of your listeners live there. I don't have many
でも
neighbors.
これで場所バレ
Sounds like a prime piece of
ちゃ
real
って
estate.
ない？
Sound really carries at night. Shit.
ワンちゃん。ワンちゃんって
Is that a
どこの
neighbor's
犬？
dog?
Yes, it is. Boy, I wish he'd muzzle that thing and oh. And now he's blasting David Scopo out of his window.
これ場所がバレバ
I
レ
can't get any. The whistling man. He's coming down.
バレましたよね、場所。
I don't think he's seen me
あ
yet.
ー
Force, please. I need your help. I need the code for that security system, or I'm gonna die.
その前にさ、ヒントだけ。
What's the name of the security system?
There's a sticker on the
あっ
box
た
that says
セキュリティ4000。これです。バッチリ
Starling
です。
Security 4000. There's keypad.
4から5秒以内に次のキー。6桁のコード。スターリング。スターリング
Starling Security 4000.
ああ、
huh?
これね。はいはい、大丈夫。
Very newly installed.
なんでそれがここにあったんだろう
Before the
な。
whistling man gets me.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry, Don.
Thank you, Forrest.
任して。だからヒントをください。
I knew I could count on you.
ほんと。
I'll sit out of sight. Call me back soon.
All right, folks. Here's a little tune for you all to enjoy. While
セキュリティ対策を発動させちゃダメだよ
I
ね。
into her apartment.
会場コード715914。曲を紹介しま
A
す。
classic back by popular demand. This is Long Ride Home by the Barn Finds.
アラームテストもやる必要があるのか
You were pretty quiet
な。
Forrest, was it just me, or was there something?
Yeah, it wasn't just you.
何
Something
か
was
変
weird about that.
変
Yeah. Well, tell you what, we have a Starling 4000 or whatever here at KFAM.
うんうん。
Clive bought one for the station. Maybe we can find something to help.
クライ
Well,
バ
I'm not
ー、いろい
sure
ろと想
who.
定してたんだ。ドンさんも多分、関わっていると知っている。実は母親。そんな声じゃなかったもんな
Okay,。so she's locked out of the Woodside apartments and somewhere.
クライバーはおそらくスターリング4000の資料を置いている。うん、それを持ってきた。ここにある。ので、助けれるんですけど、
Starling 4000 user manual. Ah, these codes should come in handy.
これでいけるんですけど、米を押して最初からやり直す。誤ったコードが入力される。うんうん。望まない侵入を避けるため、これらのコードはすぐに変更してください。デフォルトコードのままなのかな？それなら715914で開くよ。
Welcome back, Forrest. Find anything?
The
お帰りって言われた。
4000 security manual.
大量ってほどじゃないけど
It's got
な
a。bunch of codes.
4つしかないよ。
And did you find anything else?
Nothing except the
マニュア
manual.
ル。
All right. Well, I'll get Dom back on the line then, Forrest. I'll let you
今回
take
は
it
だか
from
ら
here.
Than's Peggy.
ジョージ18
When
歳
you're
を
ready,
殺し
shut
た
the music off.
犯人、多分町長じゃないかな、若かりし頃の。でそれとあとその殺されたジョージの復讐をしてる人がいるんですよ。
When you're
友達か
ready,
家族か
shut
わ
the
からない
music
ですけ
off.
ど、
Line 1. Whenever you're ready.
これでも会場コード簡単すぎない？入れるの。これ入れたらさ、
Don,
中の人みんな
are you
死ん
there?
でしまうの
This
で
is
は？
Forrest Nash from 189.16 The Scream.
Oh, thank God you're back.
会場したらいけないんじゃないかこれ。
What's the code to the gate?
アラーム鳴らしてみよう。アラーム、これでみんな起きてくれるかもしれない、周りの人が。
The code is 191519.
Thank you, Forrest.
大きい音が出ればびっくりして逃げないかな。いかが大きな足音が戻ってくるのが聞こえる。遠くで叫び声。 しょう。物を投げる音と窓が割れる音が聞こえる。え
Is she?
ダメだったですか？周りの人は誰も来ないの？入ってくるな。新鮮なリンクを汚す奴は許さない。ローラーリッキー、二度と戻ってくるんじゃねえ。さぞ呼ぶか。さっきのワンちゃんやっぱり
God.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ricky, get back inside and
中に
turn
入って
on
ラ
the
ジオつけな。
radio.
誰かわからん
Whoever
が。
that was, she was trying to break
女
into
が
the
リンクに
ring.
侵入しようとしていた。
She? Forrest, man, you got no idea. That was
女殺
him.
し全く分かってないね。あれ
That
は
was
男
the
だ。
whistling
あ
man.
れとホイスマリン。
The alarm gave
あ
me just enough
ホイ
time
ス
to
リング
get
マ
my
ンだ。
rifle.
アラームのおかげでライフルを
I
取り
don't
に行け
like
た。
hurting
手荒な
folks,
真似
but
はしたくないが、
I can't let
マキシー
anything
の言う
happen
ピ
to
ップ触れさせん。
He's my best friend, you
あいつは
know?
俺の親友なんだよ。
Listen, man, I'm heading back inside.
聞け、俺は中に戻る。あの窓をバリケードに
My
する。
man,
助かったよ、ありがとう。
you and
あんた
Peggy
と
can
ベビー
speak
はいつでもタダで
freely
す。ケアと
whenever
して
you
永
want,
遠に
forever.
な。
That's a done
決まり
deal.
だ。
I. Thanks, Ricky.
ん
Can't
どう
wait.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
Okay, Gallows Creek. Here's some music while we process what
どういうこと？
just happened.
ドンは男？え？リッキーがえ？
What song should I
ドンは
play?
何？え？え？まあ、とりあえずリッキーがなんか助かったっぽい。虎のやつって拾ったやつですね。綺麗なレコード。
Hey, play
あ、
something.
はいはいはいはい。
So, the whistling
ってことはホ
man
イッスリングマン
is a
は
woman?
女？ドーン？ってこと？
I know.
じゃあやっぱり開けなくてよかったんだ。
She called up. You spoke to her
彼女から
multiple
電話があった
times.
わ。あなたは何度も。普通だった。私全然気づかなかったですけど。彼女ごく典型的なギャナジーズ。そっか、うちの不安。ロングライドホーム。だからなぜ彼女だったとか18歳のジョージの
I knew she wasn't right.
Is that right, Sherlock? Why do you think she requested that song?
あの歌のリクエストを外におびき出す
To get
た
me
め
outside?
鍵は
Maybe,
開けちゃっ
but how?
たよ。
She didn't know the song was outside to start with.
That's right. She never actually attacked
俺
me
は
out
実際に
there.
襲われたわけではない。
What now?
I guess I should make an announcement.
最
We
新
do
情
have new
報
info.
Okay, you're live in 3, 2.
Hey folks, this is Forrest Nash here. I hope you're all safely locked inside.
ドンさ
For those of
ん
you listening to that last call, you might be wondering what to make of it all. Here's our take. We now believe the
殺
killer
人鬼は
is
実は女
actually
性
a
だと
woman,
思われる。
one who might manipulate you into letting
巧
her
妙に
in.
柳に招き入れるように仕向けて襲いかかってくる人物だ。そうか、4000を導入して
I'm sad to say, but it's time to trust no one. The killer was calling themselves Dawn.
これは偽名
This
かも
could
しれ
be
ない
a fake
ね。
name. If anyone needs help or
そ
you
うか、
have
さっきの自
info
分
on
の
the killer,
マンションに入り
please
たいってい
call
うの
in.
も最新のものがそんな
You
治安の悪い
folks
ところ
have
に
my
入って
new
るわけないん
number,
だ
right?。It's 911. Hopefully, our next caller can help shed some
そういう
light
こと
on our
か。
killer.
Hey, we had a call come in.
Okay, folks,
は
time to
い。
take
ド
a
ンかな
call.
それともワンちゃん
You're through to Forrest Nash on 189.16, The Scream.
Hey, man.
マ
Murphy?
ーフィー
Damn straight.
What's going on, Murphy? You in danger again?
Nah, man. I've just been
あ
listening
の
to the
新
show
聞
here
社
at
じゃなかっ
home.
た記者の方だよね。
Since you asked folks to call in if they could help out, well,
マー
I'm
フィー
gone.
が
I don't know if I can say as much as other folks have, but I figure I wouldn't be a good role model to Fernando
うん。
if I didn't try to help, You know?
あ、マーフィーって空手家の人だ。ゴミ収集のとこだ。
We really appreciate that.
100%. Thank you, Murphy.
アホなことやって暴走した人だ。
So, what do you want to know?
知りたいこと？
Well, what can you tell us?
I don't know.
僕もよくわからない。
All right. Well, do you know anything about the death of George Barrow?
知り合いですか？
Absolutely
なんだよ。
Okay. What about the killer herself?
Herself? Man,
もうマーフィー使えねえ。
by a lady. The man I went toe to toe with was
僕
a
がやり合ったのは
man,
男？
man.
You heard the last call, right, Murphy?
Yep.
So you know it's a woman, and you were trained by a VHS, Murphy.
男の人？
I know, but
あ、
man,
マスクで見てないんじゃん、
how
ちゃ
could
ん
it have been a
と。
woman under that
え、
mask?
それか女
Let's
と
just
男
move
がいる
on.
のか？
Do you know anything about the history of the Whistling Man?
No, sir. Tonight's
Marvy,
the first time I ever
ダメだ。
heard of him.
What?
I moved here
3年前に引っ
3
越してきた？
years ago, man. What do you want
もう
from
この人、本当何？
Hey man, no worries. Just
はい、切り
thank
ま
you
す。
for trying.
Right. Sorry I couldn't help you all more, man.
いや、
Now, if you'd have asked
Why?
me about gators.
Forrest, we have a call
は
coming
ー
in.
い。
Sorry, Murphy. I think that's all we've got time for right
息子
now.
さんと仲良く。
All right, all right. I'll catch y'all when the gator talk
そ
later.
のうち必要になるのかな、割りのこと。
Well, folks, that was a bust.
本当にね。
But perhaps our next caller
Murphy, 聞いてる？
has more they can tell us. Let's find out.
知り合いに聞いてくれればいいのにな。まさか3年前の新参者とはね。
Please